Hi everyone, today I'm talking about selling all of my stock in Wynn Resorts, and I'm going to tell you why I sold my stock in Wynn Resorts, the gain I made. And as always, I'm trying to be transparent on the channel, and I always show like the moves I'm making, when I'm selling stocks, when I'm buying stocks, and how I'm making money in the stock market. So since I've sold the shares in Wynn Resorts, I'll talk you through it and show you why I did it. And as always guys, if you can smash that like button, that would be absolutely amazing. So I sold out my shares in Wynn Resorts on Friday, and I sold out and I made 82% profit on this company. And like I say, I normally hold companies for 2 to 5 years, so selling this when only holding it for a month was a really quick turnaround for me. But as I say, 1 month, 82% was a massive return. And the big thing I always say in the stock market is the aim is to make money. And if you don't make money, if you're selling stocks at a loss, then the stock market isn't for you. It is to make money. And even though I'm a long-term investor and I hold stocks normally longer than this, I'm still going to be very happy with an 82% gain in 1 month. And I'll talk you through the reasons why I didn't end up holding this for 2 to 5 years like I normally do with a lot of my stocks. Sometimes the opportunity to make that money just comes too big, and that risk and reward, the reward gets smaller and the risk gets bigger, and that is one of the main reasons why I end up selling out this stock. So I'll go through the reasons why I sold out Wynn Resorts and took my 82% profit on this company. So obviously I want to make money in the stock market, and I'm not going to hold positions that I don't see much more upside on. I did see more upside on Wynn Resorts, but the risk for me was getting a lot bigger than the reward. So the first thing is the stock market. Obviously, I believe that in the stock market right now, we've gone up way too quick. Stocks are up a little bit too much for me. And I think that the stock market has potential. I think it's a 50-50 chance that it goes lower or higher from here. So with that in mind, there's definitely a bit more risk on the stock market, and I believe that it is overvalued. And I think when we look at Wynn Resorts, it has a massive jump. I mean, I bought in at $39, which was really low. When I look at this stock of Wynn Resorts, I'm starting to think that I see this stock being $140, and that's where I sell out at. But when it jumps halfway up that in a month, it's now that I'm looking and I'm thinking, we're not totally out of the woods with the coronavirus. The leisure industry is still going to get hit by the coronavirus. So for it to be jumping halfway up to where I want to sell out so quick for me was a bit too much of a jump for me. And I had limited upside from there, so it seemed sensible to sell out. And I also have a lot of exposure in the leisure industry right now with companies, and when I look at Wynn, sure, there's probably, I think there was another 8% upside if I hold it 2 to 5 years. But when I look at the other leisure industries that I've got in my portfolio, and there's risk with them for sure, but they've still got 200% upside, I believe. So there wasn't as much upside in Wynn Resorts. Now you can argue that Wynn is a better company than the other ones. I probably agree with that. But at the same time, there wasn't that much more upside. And do I really want to hold the company where I think it will take another 2 years to get to that price when there was that much risk and a little bit more limited upside? So it kind of made sense from that sort of kind of point of view from my other stocks that there just wasn't as much upside here for Wynn Resorts, even though it is a fantastic company. Another reason as well is obviously I believe the stock market's overvalued at these sort of prices. I think it should be lower. And over the last few months, have been putting a lot of cash into the stock market. I went from something like a 40% cash down to a 10 to 15% cash, which was quite low for me. I do like to have a lot of cash in case the stock market goes lower. And if I do believe the stock market's going to go lower from here, I need to have the cash to go and buy the positions as well. Now with Wynn Resorts up that much and the profit I've made from Wynn Resorts, that's obviously going to go back into my cash pile, and hopefully if the stock market does go lower, it'll give me that opportunity to go buy some other stocks with Wynn Resorts. Potentially if Wynn Resorts gets down to the right prices again though, I would like to buy Wynn Resorts back at a lower price where I can make big profits again on Wynn Resorts. And the thing as well is that with this company, it was only kind of down at the prices where I was happy to buy in for a very short period. I was hoping it was going to be down there for about a month, 2 months, 3 months. And at them sort of prices, I could add into my position and build quite a big position. To be honest with you, my position size was about 25% of what I wanted. So I still wanted to kind of probably quadruple my position from the size that I had. It wasn't a big position for me to manage. So for me to kind of manage this company, read the earnings report, keep up to date with it, there was a lot of work to do for that company for such a small position. So I also take that into consideration where I have a lot of stocks, I've got to put a lot of time into it. The time I have to put in Wynn Resorts and kind of the profit I'd make from it and managing that position is kind of like one of those as well where I need it to be worth it with a position size. So I would have ideally like Wynn Resorts to get a bigger position, but because it didn't, that also takes a little bit of effect on how I manage that situation as well. So overall, I thought I'd update you guys saying that I have sold out Wynn Resorts, and 82% profit in a month isn't bad at all really. So I'm happy with that kind of profit, and like I say, the main reason is because my risk to reward from these sort of prices is that I believe that Wynn had gone up way too quick from here, and as well as that, with the kind of upside to the potential of it going down from here as well, I think it's quite big, with the casinos potentially opening and then the potential of another lockdown. How they're going to manage it with all the travel restrictions and people not going to Macau for gambling or going to Vegas for gambling, is how much is that going to affect them. I think a fair price would have been about $60 from here, but getting to the $80 range now for me, too much too quick, and maybe we should have been there in about 6 months time, but for a month I just thought it was a bit of a big two jump for me, and I thought I'd take some profits on that table so I have that bigger cash to go buy some more companies if the stock market goes down. And at the end of the day guys, a few people might hate me for that, being like, oh, you're a long-term investor, you're supposed to hold for 2 to 5 years, and yeah, you know what, I get that sort of point, but at the same time, you know, we're all in here to make money, and if you don't make money, then there's no point in doing it. And with an 82% gain in 1 month for me, I'll take that off the table for sure, because like I say, there weren't that much upside from here anyway, in my kind of view. Maybe I might have gone up another 8% in 2 years time, but there's still a lot of risks there that it might move in the wrong direction at the same time in them 2 years. You know, it would just look at the coronavirus, we didn't expect it to come, it took a lot of stocks down. Things can happen that you don't expect, so that is a guaranteed 82% profit that I've just took. So I'm happy with that at the end of the day guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you can give it a like, that'd be absolutely amazing. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next video.